Hi guys, that's right, you guessed correct. It is time for the Love Lounge with Honey and Banana. Moea baby, yes, also known as the goddess. I indeed shall be your host, and I'm really looking forward to this topic today. Taboo talk. What would you consider a taboo, a shock value when it comes to sex? And I've got one of the best guests to have this discussion, because in all honesty, taboos are relative, especially sexual taboos. Hi, Chaska.
Hi, Moe.
This is quite nice. This is the first time that, we've gotten ourselves in this sort of situation, and of all things to talk about,
sex. God.
All right, so what would you say is a major taboo? Like, how would you describe a sexual taboo?
You said something very important. You said taboo is relative. So what might be a taboo to me, and you might look at me and be like, girl, that's like fun.
That's like nothing.
Exactly. But like, one of the things that for me, like, I feel is general, the whole world will agree with me, is necrophilia. I don't think it's normal. I don't think it's a taboo. I think it's a crime.
Okay, for those who don't know what necrophilia is, why don't you tell them?
Okay, so it's when we can go all out, right?
Yes, we can.
It's when your partner says, you know what, I don't think it's enough for me to do the penetration. I'm going to excrete on you.
Is that actually necrophilia? Isn't necrophilia sleeping with a dead body?
Yeah. Oh, necrophilia is sleeping with a dead body, but
yes, cocrophilia.
Sharp pooping on your.
That one.
Yes.
That one.
That's the one I have a problem. Excreting, and
okay.
For the entire process, there was a time I was so obsessed with understanding why people were doing it. I had to do like a research, and I found out that these people, mostly a certain type of people, actually take drugs, eat certain food,
yes,
so that the poop can look different. So it's not your regular poop in the toilet. When you're purging and it's like a whole clump of water and it's yellowy, that's what they do. So they have to take certain pills, eat certain food, and if they're even doing it in their mansion, they're going to put like white sheets so it doesn't stain their and they treat the girls like queens until it's time to poop on your face and you have to open your mouth. So I'm like, why are you doing this? It's so much of a taboo that you have to pay someone to do this.
Yeah.
We can't.
And not just small money. Not be 5,000 naira.
No.
Dollars.
Millions. To do. So it's a taboo and a crime. And most likely, people that do this need to be arrested. Aside from, put on the taboo list, they should be arrested.
Okay, so obviously we're talking about that type of excretion, but then there's also golden showers. And I was talking about this earlier. Even when it comes to squirting, just any sort of like bodily fluids, the people that would not consider that a taboo. Do you think golden showers is a taboo?
If I'm given a golden shower, it's not a taboo. But if somebody's giving me this golden, it is a very there's a bathroom for a reason. But
so there's a double standard for this thing.
So our golden showers is called squirting. Even though we're not going to agree, squirting is peeing, babes. Like, you are not controlling it, I understand, but if you smell it after, it's pee.
And to be honest, yes, they do say that there's a lot of urine in it, but there are other things.
But pee is 99%. Golden showers is probably also maybe 99% pee and maybe 1% other things. So if it's a guy, I think it's different for a guy because they pee a lot. So you're probably, your squirt probably just does once, but then like peeing is like, uncle, it's been 5 minutes. You're still peeing on me.
Your bladder never empty. Real talk. Now there's also this general taboo talk when we're talking about masturbation, and it comes from different sides, especially when we're even speaking about women, and even just genital mutilation as well. What's your take on that?
For masturbation, we were having a discussion earlier and we said, I feel like the world doesn't want women to be pleased. And I don't know what we did to them. Like, we birthed you. You are here. Who gave birth to you, this guy? Like, why are you bringing up these rules? But why? I understand. You probably don't want us to have all the best things in life, but we do. They don't, especially in Africa, they don't feel like women should be sexually liberated. We feel like, a guy can have socks and shampoo. What do they use to jerk off? I don't know. But like, if a girl has a toy, they'll say that girl, you cannot satisfy her. She's loose. She has a different partner. Why? Like, it's there for a reason. Certain people have toys because that is what they want.
And that's what they like.
And that's what matters. Like, I don't think like the stereotype is too much. They don't just want women to have fun. Guys masturbate all the time. I think every boy masturbates, if you ask me. I don't know why, I just think so.
And I can agree with you. You know, sometimes you hear, oh, I just really need to release. I just need to release. Oh, blue balls. Oh, I got blue. Like, you know, all that. And do we have blue clits?
We don't. We don't. And we have more self-control than guys. So it's crazy how you say, oh, a girl can't masturbate. Why is a girl masturbating? Or some guys be like, when you guys are doing it and you put your hand there and they're like, why are you doing that? They remove your hand.
Yes!
Are you insane? It's my body. Like, allow me teach you what you're supposed to do.
That is for sure, especially like, you know, when it comes to me wanting to satisfy myself. Like, clearly, if this works for me, like, I think I would know better than you. And even just down to even the woman's reproductive cycle, you know, the use of tampons, especially. That also is a taboo. There's this whole taboo that if you're a virgin, you can't use tampons. And then even if you're not a virgin, it's just that whole idea of, why are you using a tampon? Why you put something inside you? How? Why? You should let it flow out. Like are you sure something won't be left inside?
Let's just put cup and be walking around on that so that we don't put something there. But like for tampons, I get it, because growing up in my house, I never knew what tampons were. We just knew about sanitary pads. Like, I got to know about tampons one time. I was doing a shoot at Andreyama, and it's a swim line. So I got my period and I had to go to like Grand Square. Yes, right next to Andreyama. I got there and I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do, because I can't wear pad with like the swim trunk, and it was a live show. And then the girl was like, oh, I think you should use tampons. I'm looking at these sales like, auntie, what's tampons again? She was like, you have to buy it. I buy it and she opens it. She says, this is the test. I said, this will enter me? Won't it be too big? She's like, just relax. Like, I was so paranoid, because I also had that kind of stereotype. I was like, if this thing, what if it gets stuck? How will I pull it out? Because look at the ways. But then these are things that we need to get educated by. So people like you and this platform would like teach younger generations that, you know what, this is important. Like, if you want to use a tampon, it's easier. You have more access. You can be more free. It is not a crime.
You feel so liberated when, like, I feel like when you're on your period as a woman, you go through a lot. The one thing I don't want to have to deal with is going to the toilet and changing.
That sound alone.
And even all the whole ways that they claim to dispose of it, burn it, fry it.
Like microwave it and throw it.
Like
it doesn't matter. Like, it's your wasted blood. Sometimes, sorry to deviate, sometimes I ask myself, I'm like, why did they always like, oh, hide your period blood? Bro, it's dead.
That also could be a taboo. You know, even talking to men about
I'm on my period,
periods is like, I'm like,
your mama not get period.
Oh, almost like you're dirty. Even this idea of being on your period is dirty. And then we can even go into period sex. What are your thoughts on period sex? Do you think that is a taboo?
I don't know. But for me, I don't know if it's healthy.
Okay.
Because like I said, I think when you're on your period, it's dead blood, like dead eggs leaving your body. So maybe now I'm now going into the stereotype, because, you know, we're saying tampons, why is it pushing it inside? Okay, so why are you having sex when dead blood is coming out? Are you pushing the dead blood into your stomach back? That's my own mentality, but I don't think it's, some people might do it. I mean, I hear that it's more lubrication for the guy, but also it's messy. Yeah,
to be honest. But you could do it like maybe on like your third or fourth day, if that's your cycle. Or just don't do it.
Do you have something you want to tell us? Yeah.
I'm just like, because it does happen. I'm not saying it just happened to me.
Yeah, I get it.
Maybe a friend of a friend who was also a friend and a cousin. And but it does happen, and you know, I feel like it's good to have these conversations, and that's even why we are here. And I feel like it is actually having conversations that like make us let loose and actually realize that this is just a taboo.
Everybody goes through this.
Exactly. So do you think that more conversations definitely should happen in order to get rid of some of these taboos?
Part of our GSTs. If it's called in Nigeria, you know what GST is? It means something that everybody must learn.
Yes, like I agree.
It should be something
I feel it should be part of the curriculum. Sex education should be part of the curriculum.
Imagine what sex education would have done if they taught us in maybe SS3, entry uni.
Exactly.
That would have been amazing, because you know, you're entering uni, you know what you're supposed to do. You know, like even so many people that have entered certain situations with, you know, sexual health and getting certain things because they didn't have anybody to talk to.
They didn't have anyone to talk to.
So it's important that the female child, because guys learn, because guys always tend to learn faster when it comes to sex. Women, like, we might start talking to people about it later, but like when we're young, we're timid. We're like, oh, should we talk about this? Guys have, like, I always tell my male friends, I said, every time I ask at least 10 guys, what was your first sexual experience? They tell me, oh, my auntie or my
house girl.
So they've already had that, and they tend to like they don't want to tell anybody, so they own up to that and start having sexual relations early. Girls don't really have sexual relations early, and when they do, it's because they probably do it out of emotion, and then sometimes they're misled, and they're deceived, and they do things and they don't even know, oh, this is what can happen. I can get pregnant like this. I should have taken a pill after this. I should have peed after having sex. I should have probably taken a post pill. Like these are things that you shouldn't have to go on Google to type and check. Your mom should tell you, or at school it should be something like, say, let me go and check my biology.
I like that statement of your mom should tell you. Do you also feel that a lot more of that sex talk should happen at home? Because in all honesty, a lot of people would say that these taboos sort of come from home. You know, your mom said, if a man touches you, you'll get pregnant.
You get pregnant.
So like, so you now run. I mean, this happened to me when I was young. You just run home, mommy, this guy touched me. And she's just like,
well, she told you. She can't tell you.
But I'm like, but I'm not pregnant. Am I pregnant? Where did he touch you? Here. Oh, like, so I feel like we should definitely have more of those conversations, definitely starting at home. And do you agree that women, in a sense, actually can sort of break these taboos a lot easier? Because, like, even just me and you now, we can just, you can be like, that's how I said.
You see all those church people, they'll drag us, they say, this is not godly. When did Jesus say that, babes?
And, you know, even with men, I feel like men don't really even talk about sex, but we do. Like, you know, if you hook up with a guy, you're probably going to tell your best friend, this is what I did. Is this normal? This is how it should be. But guys, even if they do,
victory.
It's more about the victory talk.
You won't tell us you lasted for 1 minute or 1 second. You won't tell us that you were crying when you were going in and out.
Yes, I'll call you your mommy's name. You won't say any of those things.
That was a shame of somebody, definitely.
Now, even a woman coming, a woman, you know, being like having an orgasm is a taboo. And, you know, it's so crazy. Like, you know, I did mention squirting. There are so many people that believe that squirting, like once a woman squirts,
I finish work.
So if you're not having sex with a woman that maybe doesn't necessarily squirt, it does, and she tells you she has come, and then the issue is, how do you know? So, you know, that there's some the taboos like that. What's your take on this whole idea that women shouldn't come?
I mean, like, I feel it's ridiculous. But again, guys, the world, let's just put it there, the world is against us having a great life.
Yeah.
Because, like, we're the best. But but they don't want us to have everything. You know when you know somebody is good and you're like, you know when you go to the market, your parents say, you like this shoe, don't tell them that you like it too. How much is it? This is even ugly. They want us to feel like we shouldn't have everything. So they try to castigate us. Women shouldn't talk about sex. Women shouldn't say like they didn't orgasm. There's some girls that are afraid to say I didn't come because they feel like, oh, as far as the boy came, it's good. Like, like we are important. We are the life givers.
Real
if
talk.
anything, we should be number one. If I don't come, you're not going anywhere. Go back, put your head back down. Like, what you do? So I feel like women should understand that they have more power. Like, if you tell a guy I did not come, he's probably going to think about it for 2 weeks.
Real talk. So sometimes you shouldn't actually be afraid to not fake an orgasm, because I feel like that's what a lot of women end up doing, faking orgasms. Like, if nowadays, if you're not doing well, just they look you.
And be going, or do you
like you will know that you are not doing well. Like, there's no need for all those fake moans and any of that. Now, you did touch on you know, head and going down there. There's also that taboo as well. What's your take on that? You know, so some people will say, oh, I don't give head, but yes, a man should receive it. Like, what's the big deal in blowjob? Well, woman, it's a bit messy. You know, there's wetness, there's juice, there's this, there's that.
Understand. But you eat a balloon and you eat mango. How is, like, make it make sense?
This lady,
you're out here you're eating shawarma. It's messy, but you're eating shawarma. So I don't think it's a problem. Honestly, I feel like there's so much excuse on how to please a woman, but it's so easy to please a man. You see what you just said? Now people say, oh, it's so easy. You can just It's
Yeah,
it's just like a steak. Well, did you come out of the vagina? Try and do something there too. Like invest. Try and invest in somebody's reproductive system. So I feel like they always try to give excuses. And for me, I feel like if you're a giver, you should also receive. You know, I don't think it should be a taboo about head. I think head did not just start in maybe like 2000s. It wasn't just generated.
They make it seem like it's something that is new.
Even when Jesus was around, they're probably doing that too.
Yo,
like, it's not new.
Adam and Eve do them.
So like, why are you guys not trying to say, you know what, it's only guys that should receive? No. And there are another taboo I think we should talk about, people that eat ass. That one, I'm confused because why are you eating ass? Like, okay,
so this is something that that touches on how it's relative.
Relative, yeah.
I don't see anything wrong with eating ass.
For me, I'm just like, you can do for me, but like, what if you've not cleaned the poo your bum or less?
So your issue is it a double standard or is it that?
I think it's a double standard.
Okay, so you don't mind your ass being eaten.
I've never tried it. I'm still scared about it because I'm like, that's why people from like, relax. Like,
what about if you clean up, everything's all good?
Yeah, but like, why? Isn't this one enough for us? I've not even finished exploring.
But you never know if you like something if you don't try it. And that is also a taboo.
Exactly.
I feel, a lot of people will be like, oh no, I can't do this. But you now realize, wait, you've not even tried it. So you don't know if you like it or not.
And when you not like it, that's where the taboo now steps in. You know, say, is this who I've become? Somebody.
I have become an ass eater.
An ass eater? Like, what's going on? I went from doing regular stuff to irregular stuff. Please, we're not telling you to go eat ass, but like, if you want to try it, you can save someone's life.
I feel like, the openness is very, very important in order for us to break some of these taboos.
Yeah.
And like I did touch on the fact that, family as well can play a role, but sometimes it's not even necessarily just the immediate family. Even those, I have one uncle or one neighbor or one, I don't know, family friend, sort of giving their take on what they think you should be doing or what you shouldn't be doing concerning your sex life. Have you had any sort of experiences like that where some auntie from nowhere?
If I talk this one, they'll call my mother when they want this, but I want them to because I know. So a couple of years ago, when I just started dating, I just left uni and I was in law school and I was dating someone, and then one of my mom's friends, like she saw how I was always like traveling with this person. I was very open with my relationship, and I really thank God for my aunt and Naomi. She was always like, if you have a boyfriend, come and tell me if you have anything. So I wasn't really necessarily telling my mom, but if anything happened, I'll go tell my auntie, I think this happened, and then I wasn't having sex, so it was like, anything that happens, I'll say, look at what happened though, and then she would say, oh, there was a time that I was paranoid. I was like, maybe from making out I got pregnant because like my period was late. So you see, all of these things I could tell my aunt. So what I plan to do is that my children will come and tell me these things.
Yes.
And I'll be like, Omo, don't do this one or do this one. So I want that closeness and to break this taboo that we face growing up. So this woman was always seeing my WhatsApp status and everything. So one day my mom called me. I was like, this lady called me and she said that I should tell you that I'm doing too much, and she hopes I'm not having unnecessary, unprotected sex. So my mom knows me. My parents know me at home. Like they know me. I don't do stupid things. Like they know I love my life more than anybody. They used to tell. So when I used to be saying things like I want to run away, my mother would say, you cannot run away. You love life. Mosquito will bite you. You come back. Do you get? So my mom would not necessarily come and meet me and say advice. She knows that I will advise myself. So she's like, I see what this person said about you. What do you think? I was like, first of all, does she even know what her own children are doing?
That is always a thing. That is always a thing too.
I mean, anyways, like I said, they'll call my mother. So,
but let's not cast.
Let's not cast our friends. Do you even know what your own children
don't know what they're doing?
Now, to talk about me, why would you just see me because you see I'm flaunting somebody that I'm dating, and you feel like the advice you want to give me is hope I'm not having sex? I'm in a relationship. If I'm not having sex, it's not your business.
Abby.
Do you understand? So putting things like that to make me now get scared or be like, oh, you know what, let me not do too much. Let me close up. Like, I don't need to like post about, when he kisses me on my cheek. I don't need to like flaunt my romanticness. Well, that for me, that's like, you're trying to make me go under for being expressive because you feel like it's a taboo.
Yes.
Just because that's how it was.
Just even a general taboo of like, don't show off your partner because you people may not marry. And it's like,
if I don't marry him, but I will still marry somebody, right?
I mean,
eventually.
So why like enjoy? Just let me be happy.
It's insane.
And what works for someone may not necessarily work for you. Like it's
very true.
Now, what is also interesting about this topic is the fact that a lot of these taboos, apart from them being formed at home, like I said, or culturally or whatnot, they're also formed from sort of religious organizations, or like certain religions, or most religions always have some sort of thing that can be interpreted as being a taboo.
A taboo towards the sexual.
Exactly. For one, just having sex outside marriage is a major
hellfire. They say you're going
major
to go to
taboo.
Yeah,
certain sexual acts like anal, even head, even having sex on your period, all these certain things,
clean,
like there's just this general thing that comes from religion. What's your take on that?
For me, I feel like religion and you worshiping something are two different things. I would say I'm a religious person. I'm a Christian, which means I'm Christ-like. I want to be like Christ. But I'm about to go gospel on y'all right now. But the whole essence of Christianity is that we did not earn Christianity. He died for us and gave us that. There's nothing I'm going to do to become Christ-like. Let's be honest. There's nothing that we can do to be righteous.
Real talk.
There's nothing that there's no pope that is going to do anything that's going to make him righteous, because all of us are falling short of God's glory. But then guess what? You will not come and now tell me, because I didn't see Jesus write it anyway. I didn't see any of these religious acts. They make it religion and take the main fact of the whole practice and they now do religion. Religion is don't do this, do this. But meanwhile, the holy books are not saying any of these things. Certain people just sat down and said, I don't think this is going to look good. So
I feel like with sex is very natural. So it's kind of hard when you
tell me how to
express myself
sexually
for something that is natural.
God
You're telling
for a
me
reason.
not to do it, until a certain level in my life. What about if I don't get married? I just said I should now not have sex? You're playing.
They play my fans. They're making, that's why I said they're making it religion, right? So religion is giving you rules that don't have anything to do with the holy books. They're giving you, because again, we can't judge them because they're probably doing it because they're trying to make people go a certain way. Like they want people to be upright. We don't want people to be having sex on the road.
Just doing anything.
Again, there's law and order. The same.
Yes.
There's law and order. But again, we need to understand that these things are also making people cover themselves and just look and sitting and they're like, the party's outside, you're seeing people enjoying their lives and you're like,
and
she's so loose. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
My sister, go and wear.
That loose girl is enjoying her life.
When she's in her 80s on her deathbed, she'll say,
at least I have these experiences.
I've done this. And you're just going to be like, I lived a boring life. Why would you like? It's one life you have. You're not coming back again.
I feel like this is a very, very, very awesome topic because I always say this thing. It doesn't exist, but I call myself a trisexual. I'm the kind of person that I can boast that I have tried most things.
Why did your mouth move like that?
Because I don't want you if you want to be like, have you tried coconophilia? That one I never tried.
No, I got you, I know.
And I don't plan on trying.
Your skin is too. I don't think people that do that.
Thank you very much. Yes, that's why I don't do it.
Please.
But I do believe that you cannot necessarily just give in to these taboos. You can't say, oh no, I'm not gonna do this, or I shouldn't do this when you or I don't like this when you haven't tried it. It's when you now tried and you now be like, yes, that taboo is really like I know why it's a taboo.
I know it's a taboo. You are amazing. That's why it's a taboo. Made everybody not go cast out for us. Let's leave it for ourselves. Religion in general. I think people need to understand that it's written by men, right? If in your Bible you did say thou shalt not suck a nigga's dick. Sorry, my bad. I don't know. Like, then why would you? Do you understand? Why would you now say you should not? It's a sin. How is it? Who are you to say what is a sin? As far as there was no reference to it in any holy books, why would you? Who gave you the right to say that? Like, sorry, all of us are the descendants of Jesus Christ. So, who exactly are you?
Who are you?
Are you spear? Why is children? So I mean, if you're spear, let us know so that we can also go down on our knees and ask you.
For
me, I feel like it's just be you, do you. As far as you're not doing anything that is causing you harm, you want to explore. My friend was telling me one time, she was like, oh, when I was trying to like talk to her, like you say, we girls, we talk about
we actually do. So that's how we even break some of these taboos.
And she was telling me that when she was in Budapest, she had places that she would go, and you know, she was like in Europe, and she lives in the UK now. She was like in Europe and everything, that there were rooms that you could just go, and then there were different sex toys you could just play with. They were just houses like that. You just walk in, and I'm like, see, I'm telling you this for free. I was like, you would just be using different toys like that. I was like, why? Why you know you? I was like, why don't you just have a boyfriend? She was like, it's an experience.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
She wanted to do that. She went in there, and then there were rooms for different, like, just enjoy yourself. These are things that she would tell her children. Even if she does not tell her children, when she's old, she would sit back and say she's done it. Me then, I was looking at her like, you went to church this morning? What's going on? But like, bad girl. She's enjoying life. She's done it now. Like, she's done it.
And that's one experience that she can share. If she was here now, she
exactly. She tell you, let me tell you.
I'd be like, sister.
Do you understand? So even abroad, you see that there's certain places that you see they call it like sex stores. They sell like sex stuff, and you can just sell sex. Why? Yeah. Because they want you to be liberated. So I don't want you to look. I feel like in Nigeria, it's a place where you just, if you shout sex in the market, everybody go look.
Like, what?
Who just said that? But in Yankee, you feel see person now they sell, I'm a sex worker, and everybody just like, okay.
I was like, oh, hello, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Yeah. They'll say, is everything okay? Did your parents really train you? Or what school did you go to? What church are you from? So it's the mentality that they're giving us here, and it's so sad because I thought we were elephants of the Africa.
Giants.
I thought we were.
But what it seems like we're the ants with this sort of thinking. In all honesty, I do agree. Now, even just going into even further taboos, like just bringing another person in, having multiple. I wouldn't say partners like individually, but partners together, orgies, swinging, threesomes. Cock holding.
Some people use that to sustain their relationship.
Yes. So do you believe that with some of these taboos that revolve around bringing another party in, do you feel that people should exclude them as being taboos?
I don't think it's a taboo, honestly. If I was a therapist, I'll tell people to do threesome. I'll say,
really?
I think you guys need to see other people. If I was a therapist, like, people do this as a means of, you know what, I've been married to you for so long, I want to see other people. Okay, I'm giving you the expert right, but let me know. There's so many open relationships. I mean,
let me be there.
Yeah, Will Smith and Jada, even if it didn't necessarily end well. I mean, they've been together forever. Everybody, like, since I've been watching TV, I've known Jada and Will, and they've come this far because clearly they've been doing something that has held them together. Marriages don't really last in Hollywood, so a lot of people see. Another thing is that some people might be shouting, it's a taboo. Go and check what they're doing in their house.
They are doing this taboo.
People that you say, oh my God, my power couple. Do you know what Jay-Z and Beyonce? Okay, maybe let them not come and slam me.
We now see B. Oh, honey.
Yeah, they're talking about time for us to write our lawyers. Beyonce, I'm sorry, it was a mistake. Anyways, you don't know what any of these power couples are doing in their house to keep their marriages like going. So I feel like a lot of people are doing stuff that you might necessarily consider a taboo to keep their relationship going, and they're comfortable. Okay, they can still look themselves in the morning and say, oh, my husband is so amazing, honey, are you good, have you eaten? It's not the kind of thing that you not do, and you say, this man, who did I even marry? It's not African magic, right? People do it because it's to sustain their relationship.
Okay, all right. So what are your thoughts on BDSM, girl?
Please don't flog me. If you flog me,
you look like a dominatrix, though.
No.
Really?
Okay, I could. I could.
You look at the way I was flogging.
I can. Don't worry. Give me the K. Who do you need me to flog? I will flog. But I don't give you real K because the person might also, I'll just be beaten, especially if you annoy me. But like for me, I don't like anything painful. I don't like anything. This piercing on my nose, it took me. I'm still every morning.
So you don't think pleasure should come with pain? There's that general talk that pleasure and pain, there's a very thin line, and that's what is so appealing with this whole BDSM thing.
No, the only thing there's a part of BDSM that you like. I like. It's called financial. Let me explain what it is.
Oh yeah.
A man will see you and he's going to call you his queen, and anything you tell him to do, he's going to do it, and it's only financial. So you send him
financial dominatrix.
You dirty idiot boy. Send me $2,000 and he sent it to you. That's the BDSM me I like.
Oh, that's a nice one,
my dear. I'm telling you this. You see,
I like
what this show
I
is
like
about.
this show. I learned so much.
This is not
Financial
what you
BDSM.
Financial
I will write it
BDSM. Anything
down
you ask of him
in my memory.
financially, he gets for you because technically you are because BDSM is you are in control, right? So this is you being in control.
There's a bonding side to it, and then there's also the pain side to it. But then there's always a dom and a sub.
Yeah. But that's painful. Like I watched a movie and then
not all the time. I feel like BDSM is also a very wide. There's even just down to
showed me a lot.
Even just down to like blindfolding.
Yeah, true. Handcuffs.
That's all BDSM. And then as far as locking you up in one tight, close place.
Yeah, or wearing a leather suit and you can't breathe or point. Or
I feel like those allow those are the ones moving into the SM.
Oh,
that's what I feel. By the time I start seeing people wear leather, they are moving into that SM, which is the pain side.
It's too much.
Okay, and then if we were even to move on to sex tapes, there's a whole taboo with sex tapes, but not every day, but at least in 1 year, you hear of like 10
every day.
You hear 10 sex of one sex tape from
Slow
one
down
person.
with the sex tape. This is why you also need this is why sex education is important.
Yes.
People film sex tapes because they want to remember the moment. And I would always advise, always do with somebody you trust. And trust is also very relative. Just because you've been dating somebody for 2 years doesn't mean you trust that person.
Real talk.
Because you might not trust them with your ATM. Why are you trusting them with your sex tape? Do you understand? So a lot of people don't understand. So that's why, again, sexual topics like this and even big sisters like talking about sex and even education would let you know that sex tape is not something to be joked with. It's almost like the highest level of trust. You can't do it. Even married people, you can be married for 10 years, you cannot shoot a sex tape with a person. Why? Because it's almost like you are testing the trust of your relationship.
With that.
So the way you protect that video, the way you protect it with your life shows how much you care and how much trust you've attained to your level. So you cannot just meet someone and say, I feel like filming myself. Why are you feeling like what is the problem?
You did not. Hey, God.
And then you film yourself because
you not see mirror.
Do you understand? We've seen this over and over again.
House.
If you film a sex tape, it will get leaked. Don't say I'm privating it in my snap. It will get leaked. So it doesn't. I think the reason why it is a taboo is because it's causing more harm to other people. Remember what I said when we started? I said if it's going to cause harm to people, then maybe it should be a taboo. Do you understand? Like this pooping on people, it's going to obviously cause them health issues, mental issues, because why is someone pooping on you? And like it's just going to taunt you. So why would you film a sex tape with somebody and then next thing you're scrolling on Twitter and your videos and you're seeing it? It's not even your naked video. Your video having sex is on public platform. Oh gosh. It doesn't, just because Kim did it doesn't mean you blow from it. Kim was the first. Please, let's go. Let it go. Start with something new. Start a sex ed. Talk to the government about doing it. But please don't do more sex videos. We're tired. You know now we're tired. Like I just go and say this person's sex video and leak. Oh my God.
Another one.
Please. Okay.
Another one. DJ Khaled.
Like we're tired. Do it with somebody you trust, please.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you shouldn't do it. Like it's something that is also very sexually pleasing when you watch yourself afterwards, especially if you're in a long distance relationship.
with someone.
But it's causing more harm than like people are losing their minds mentally. Some people are committing suicide.
Just because their sex tapes are out.
Yeah. So I think we should slow down.
All right, and I feel like this is the perfect way to sort of wrap up the show by acknowledging platforms like HoneyandBanana. They do have a hotline that is 7790 that yes you can call from between the hours of 9 to 5, and you can just speak to them or the professional on the line concerning some of your worries, some of these taboos, some of the things you've heard, something that you feel like you should learn more about or unlearn. You can definitely have Honey and Banana hotline to help you with that. Thank you so much, Chaskia.
That's so amazing. I'm so happy to be here because this is my first time openly talking about sex.
Ooh.
I told my friend,
it's with me.
I know. I told my friend, I was like, guess what I'm talking about today? He was like, well, I said sex. He was like, you? I was like, you bet. So things like this is always good to speak to people about sexual education. You will be surprised what you know, what you don't know, what you learn. So this is an amazing platform. And I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. And on that note, it is time for me to sign out. Catch you guys same time next week.
Bye.